Where were we? You guys came out of the Motley Manor, and Zarbin and Teshnik were having a conversation.
Yeah.
Wait, Go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, I just looked down at the elf and I'm like, so you've woken up. Or the half elf, I should say.
I guess you could say that.
What did you do with my manacles?
Manacles? Where's my beer? Is manacle a beer? Is that a beer?
No, those are the metal things that are around your arms.
I don't wear metal. That's disgusts me.
So where were the manacles?
I would never have metal on me. I don't. Hypothetically speaking, if there was ever metal on me, I would fucking purge that shit as far as I could possibly get it. But I don't think I've ever had any on me. Not that I remember, at least. And it kind of hiccups a little. Like I've been pretty drunk this morning, so you're gonna have to be a lot more specific than that.
Does he have like a sword or anything hanging out his side? Or you pulled a dagger?
Everything is almost. There's a very small amount of metal in his weapons, but it's mostly just on the edge for the most part. You'll notice that the sword handle that he carries, it looks almost completely wood. It's like a very dark blackened wood, very beautiful. But it pretty much you don't see anything that's like metal jewelry or anything of that hanging from him.
Okay, so if you hypothetically purged this metal from yourself, where would you have purged it to?
Hiccup. He kind of just probably almost the second we walked out of that tavern or something. I wouldn't wear metal for long. And he just hiccups again.
Yeah.
Do you need some water?
I think I need another drink. That's where we're going, eh? Right? Drink more beer.
Play with spiders. Really is what we're going to be doing. But and how exactly would you purge yourself of metal? I mean, they're
Make
manacles.
things fly.
Make things
fly very, very far.
Fly very, very far.
Why did you carry that drunken lad along?
So he couldn't
All right,
be an ass in the bar.
I mean, I'm not really concerned about him being an ass.
I appreciate you bringing me over here, but I think we could all drink a little bit more, eh? Or okay, fine. Look, I'll tell you what. I don't know what this is that you guys are going after. Why we're killing spiders, but I tend to have pretty good aim with these things. So you guys will bring me along. I'll help you do whatever. And if there's some sort of booty involved, then you can take whatever out of my share to pay for your stupid metal things that never existed anyways, to my knowledge. All right.
When he says booty, Zarbin gets kind of wide-eyed and blushes a little bit. And he's like looking at everyone questioningly.
Yeah. You, and I point to Zarbin, I'm like, not that. You, what do you mean you're good at dealing with big fucking spiders?
What? Well, In case you haven't noticed, laddie, I'm not much of a city type. I've seen a lot of stuff out in the woods. Yeah. Spiders, bunnies, bigger things than bunnies and spiders, etc.
I'm sold.
Yeah, seems like it. Seems like
Sustained sarcastically.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if he drunkenly stumbles and they eat him instead of me, that'll be convenient. I don't have much faith of his use outside that. Oh, am I saying this out loud? Sorry.
It's fine. So then come along and try not to make any more of a scene.
Aye, that's the spirit. Let's go.
About how long did it take for us to get to or finish talking to the Corsa?
I'd say it's probably, you guys were probably there like a half hour, so it'd be like what, 11:30 now?
Okay. If y'all would excuse me, I need to do my prayers. It should only take a little bit.
Does it require you to do anything?
I just need to be still for 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Like, kind of little confused look. I'm just like, all right. Can we not do it on her porch?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just making sure it didn't have to be right this instant.
No, I've got about another 30 minutes.
Okay.
I just need a place where I can see the sun.
Sure enough. Yeah. Sounds great.
Okay, so do we want to call this a short rest?
Yeah, I don't.
Sure.
Anybody wish to frame a scene for inspiration?
Frame this scene.
Or frame a scene? It could be something taking place during this period, or it could be like your character is reflecting on something from the past.
I already have inspiration, so if someone else wants to, but I could tell I have stuff prepared if no one else wants to. So
Yeah, I have something no one else wants to.
Yeah, I'm kind of new. I need to check out the video where you said you got the inspiration from, or like hear a few more examples, I think, before I start doing it.
Okay. So, Michael?
Okay, so I guess while we're, resting and Zarbin is, he's like staring up at the sky and, praying. And I think y'all notice the bandage that's wrapped around his hand. And the scene goes back to a time where he was a little kid, probably like 10 or 9. And he went to one of the priests that's over him that takes cares of him. And he's telling about this vision that he had of this woman with bright blue hair with streaks of silver going through it. And then you see the priest get really angry with him, and the priest starts beating him until Zarbin finally passes out from the pain. And you see streaks of blood coming down from him. And then during the prayer, he kind of shakes his head, and he like looks at his hand and kind of like rubs it for a little bit, and then he goes back to praying.
And we're supposed to ask questions, or if we have questions, we ask it?
You can ask any question pertaining to the scene that you may literally have. The questions during whatever.
Scene frame.
Yes, that. These questions, they do not have to be in character. They can be out of character. And it's kind of geared towards just merely learning more about the character.
Is that the reason you left your land?
It is not. He left his land about, we'll say, a month and a half ago. I know, probably it'd take longer.
It would have
to
had
get
to
here.
have been, it'd probably be a few-year journey.
Okay, so he left when he was like 27.
Okay, I was just trying to see if that was okay.
Okay, so Michael and also Larry, you guys would mark inspiration. Unless there were any other questions pertaining to the scene. And if anyone else had a question, Michael would ultimately choose who else would receive inspiration.
I'm good for now.
No.
I think we move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean,
so
I guess
what is
the only question I'd have, actually? I do have one. Is that where your limp came from?
Not specifically that,
Okay.
but similar event.
No, all right.
And actually, I think during the when he's praying, he actually takes off his like cloak and jacket that he wears, and you can actually notice that his body is covered in scars.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you'd finish praying, I just kind of looked like, so, take it as your people don't exactly handle things well.
More they didn't handle me well.
Yeah.
You could say that I worship a false god to their eyes.
Outstanding. Well, false god that grants divine powers is sounds like a god. I don't.
That's how that saying goes, right?
Yeah, something like that. Look,
I've heard it both ways.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, spiders, yeah, that thing. Let's go deal with those.
So why are we having to deal with spiders?
So the knight is in a tunnel that has spiders that are apparently really big, thieving frog people, and the soul-stealing shadow things. That was another one of those. So
I forgot to ask Lady Corsa her father's name. Damn. I just feel silly referring to him as the knight.
Well, the door's right there. I mean, you could just go ask her real quick.
It'd seem a little awkward to go back now, and
Well, maybe when we meet him, we could ask his name.
I bet he's not going to be in the mood.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, probably not. So let's just let's go trudge through the. Oh yeah. Watch out when the ground's just completely wet. There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Outstanding. That I think everything's solved. So, drunkard. You have a name?
You can call me Teshik. And you?
Elgin. This is
Pleasure to meet you.
This is Fane and Zarbin. So
My full name is Zarbin Solitaire.
yes. If you require those binaries, so. Now we're gonna go trudge through the sewers. So let's go.
I guess before they start leaving, Zarbin's gonna pack up his white clothes that he wears, and he's just gonna keep his armor on. Because he typically wears his priestly clothes.
And what kind of armor does Zarbin wear?
Scale mail. But you can tell that he's like uncomfortable in it. He's not used to wearing it. And it's heavy.
It is heavy. So, Bradley.
Yes.
We make our way to the tunnels or the sewer.
The sewer entrance.
Sewer entrance.
So the sewer entrance, it's not necessarily like a manhole like our sewers. It essentially kind of is like a tunnel entrance. This entrance is kind of on the side of a cliff. And so the Whitestone district, it's elevated above all the other districts. Like it's one of the highest districts. So like the other districts kind of look up to it. And the like path that leads up to like the main roads of the Whitestone district, there's kind of some side paths that kind of break off on the rise up or descent down, or however you want to word it. And you can follow these side paths. And if you follow these side paths, you come across this like tunnel, this kind of like a tunnel entrance with very intricate like stonework in front of it. And as you begin to go through this like tunnel entrance, it goes forward and descends a little bit at a very slow angle, very slight angle downward. And the work, as you begin this slight descent down, the stonework on the sides of the tunnel is really nice stonework. You're not exactly sure who it was crafted by, either gnomes or dwarves, someone who knew what they were doing with stones. And you eventually, the fine stonemanship, it kind of begins to fade off a little bit, it begins to drop a little bit. Begins to become a little bit more crude, and then as it begins to become a little bit more crude, you come to a stone spiral staircase that goes down.
Who here can see in the dark?
I can.
Yeah, I can.
I can as well.
I don't see, but it's still better to perhaps take something.
I can light something, and he'll ignite his hand again.
You don't think the light will draw undue attention?
Maybe he'll scare some things away.
I mean, I guess it's a matter of opinion, but I mean, people like don't understand what dark vision is. I think in a lot of D&D, but it's not like it's
it's not
vividly.
pitch black.
It's like you can basically barely see anything. You have disadvantage on everything, and you can't even see colors. So to me, I feel like it's a very uncomfortable way of seeing things. But
It is black and white. I knew it was colorless, but from what I'd interpreted, it wasn't the same as dim. Like, but I don't know. Yeah,
it is dim in 5e. So it's basically it's disadvantage and it's black and white. So it's like I'd still just outside.
Well, then, yeah.
I wasn't sure if you guys were thinking that it was like more vivid than that or something, but I understand too that it's stealthier to not. But I personally don't care. I guess I don't know. Anything that could see you in a cavern is gonna be able to see you anyways. So like I don't think it changes much, personally. But
I'm cool with the light.
if we have a way to do it easily, I would say let's bring light.
Well, yeah, I have the cantrip light, so I can just keep.
I have torches. If anybody would want to hold one of those.
I guess I can.
There. That'll work.
He'll grab the torch, but he won't like light it. He'll just put his hand around the torch, and then this like blue flame with like silver kind of sparking off of it will pop up.
You have to focus on that.
No. It lasts for about an hour.
Oh, isn't that fucking fancy?
We're in the bottom left, by the way, guys. If you didn't find it.
I guess it's fancy. It's something that my race can do naturally.
Okay, well, there you go. I assume I should probably plop myself down there. Oh,
Sorry, I didn't drag myself out there.
Okay. As you guys move on in your descent down, you come across a sewer tunnel with like a sewer creek, I guess you would describe it as. I don't know. That kind of runs, not really runs, but just like stagnant wastewater, just kind of there in the middle of everything. And there's a walking space on the left and right of it. And also you notice webbing on the wall pretty much directly in front of you.
yeah. I draw my shield and my warhammer. Just like stride forward. I'm like, okay.
I'll draw both of my short swords if I see him do that.
So then, Teshik, what are the biggest spiders you've ever had to deal with?
About the size of a horse, I'd say. Hiccup.
Oh, those are big spiders.
Are you just saying hiccup now, or are you actually hiccuping?
Yeah, he's still, like,
Oh,
seems a little bit drunk and whatnot.
didn't know. Didn't know if you were actually just like trying to see how dumb we were.
No, I just don't feel like making hiccup noises all
Yeah,
sessions.
That's understandable. Yeah.
So it's all right though. just stay away from those things on the wall. They're called webs.
Yeah, I got that much. And how did you deal with a horse-sized spider?
I ran, of course.
Oh shit!
Lovely.
If I was a better man, I would have dispatched of it. But hey, that's what you're for. Everyone fall in line behind the holy man here, and I'll kind of squeeze my way into the marching order right here.
Zarbin kind of looks scared when you say holy man for a second. Then he realizes that he was talking about the guy in armor. Or
I'd
heavier
say-
armor, I should say.
The heavier armor.
Actually, maybe you'd probably want to go up in front of me. That's if you want, Larry. So I guess I would fall behind Larry and Tim in terms of the march.
The cleric has, or shit.
Maybe I'd just be last. I don't even know. Maybe I'm last.
Look,
But
stop.
it-
Just you all can stop bickering over who stands behind.
I'll walk behind this man.
We'll go left first,
Okay.
I guess.
So
Just so y'all know, I'm not very good in martial combat.
No, that's why you're
Right.
holding the light.
can I look
Okay.
to see if it looks like anyone has been through in either of these directions?
okay, so give me 1 second. So you notice that the path kind of going straight, like where you guys are like heading towards. It seems clear. Like you don't really see like webbing along like this side, this path, and this side here. Like it's kind of the same going this way too. Like it seems as if like this side of the path has been cleared, while across the creek you see like lots of webbing in this area.
Okay.
Which
And,
area?
Across like the creek is like where all the webbing is.
Okay.
While the side you guys are on, it does not appear to be the webbing. And let me reveal more for you guys. So
Oh, Brad, if you want, I can make an
it
aura
continues to go
around my
straight.
character so you know how far the torch goes.
Okay.
Let's see. I think light's 30 feet, right? No, it's 20 feet. Okay.
If you guys want, I can just move us as we go here, so that we're not all
Yeah.
trying.
Yeah, that works.
Oh no!
Ah!
You know.
We can still all see farther than the torch, but the torch is like our area of really good light. Everything else is kind of
Yeah.
Okay, it appears to, the path really appears to break down. A very thin, narrow edge begins to approach while it's predominantly the stagnant water.
Well, maybe we should see what's the other way. I mean, it's just,
Um,
right back around the corner. I mean, really, should we dive right in right away? I'd prefer not to get shit on my shoes if possible, or pants, or shirt, or we don't
Alright,
know how
anywhere?
deep that shit river is.
Sure. Why don't we can go check out the. We can check.
okay, those of you.
I mean, does it appear to be sewage and deep, or is it obviously not deep?
It definitely appears to be sewage. It doesn't appear to be above knee deep, but those of you with at least 15 passive perception, you notice something. And what you notice, there appears to be a large little critter over in a corner. You guys see me move that token in?
Yep.
It seems to be idle at first, but as you guys are examining the stagnant water, it begins to move.
Yeah, I didn't notice it, so I'm still like campaigning for going the other way instead of getting in the shit.
Like, fine, we can turn the other way.
Guys, there's a spider.
What? Shit. Wait, figuratively.
Yes, there's spider webs.
Who's in the front of the party?
I am.
Okay. You get a web launched out at you. Your AC is 18, correct?
Yep.
So yeah, so this web launches out at you. You're able to dodge at the last second. You see this web plaster against the wall behind you, and then you hear this ear screeching kind of like growl moan just kind of come from it, and it begins crawling out down your direction.
Oh, yeah.
This spider, it's probably about like knee height.
You hear someone in the back mumbling some weird language. I don't think, probably none of you know it. And then all of a sudden you see this like glowing stone go flying at the spider. And that's basically me casting a stone at it.
What was it?
It's I can, hold on, I got the thing here.
You can set up the spell to display the card or whatever in the.
Yeah. Or maybe it doesn't do that, I don't know.
Change. Click the little cogwheel, and you can change output from attack to spell card, and then just flip it back.
Does it, but then does it have the attack? Because it's like the, hold on, let me see if I click the other one.
Well,
I want it to have.
You can just spit out the spell to so Bradley can see it, and then you can just switch it back to attack. And then
I see. It doesn't lose anything. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's magic stone.
So this is how you handle spiders.
You throw rocks at them.
Yes. This is how we handled girls when I was 3.
Okay, roll to hit.
I missed. I'm assuming. I'm almost certain I missed. It's an 8.
Oh, yeah, so this pebble launches at the spider, and as it launches, there's some more webbing just kind of like shooting out from it, and the webbing catches the stone. Initiatives.
Fucking hell.
Don't worry, my -1 will save us.
This is a bad sign.
Or not, it won't roll it.
No. Why does it do that?
So I rolled a natural 1 with for the initiative on the spider. So a small house rule that I have always used, and if you guys are cool with it, we will continue to use it. If you roll a natural 1 on your initiative roll, the first round of combat you sit out. If you roll a natural 20 on initiative, the first round of combat you get an extra attack.
Oh, sweet. I get an extra attack.
Is there any objections to this rule?
No, that seems reasonable.
Yeah, we can at least play it out, see how well it works.
Yeah,
Until
I might be
we all
uneasy with
roll
it.
ones, and
For now, we can play around with it and see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm curious then, because then if that synergizes with like the surprise round, you could have people who like are
Well, you don't-
skipping like just 2 rounds of combat or something like that.
You don't roll initiative in a surprise round.
Well, how it works in 5e is you always roll initiative, and then people who were surprised skip the first round.
Oh.
So you still have an initiative order, and then so if you, I guess you roll a 1, you would skip the surprise round, and then you would skip the next round, and then you basically have 3 rounds of waiting, which is kind of shitty. Because then at the 3rd round, then you'd be waiting until the end of the initiative too. So you could just be dead before you get to do anything. But I guess it depends too. How we want to do the interaction with the surprise. So
Yeah, how often surprise?
I would say it probably wouldn't kick in with surprise. I mean, that's the whole point of initiative essentially is like how quick you are to react to like the combat, like off the start, and then so if you surprise
Let's talk
someone,
about surprise round after this first round, okay?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. So, seeing this little bastard of a spider, I would just traipse across through the shit water.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
And
my.
I am just a bit uneasy.
you should be. And I would attempt to just bash it with my warhammer. Lovely. But since I get a second, I roll a.
Oh, oops.
Wow.
There you go. 25. So these
25
20s,
to hit.
nat 20.
Yep. Crit.
So is that plus 5 your crit damage?
Yes.
So altogether you did
13.
13, is that correct?
Yes. So I just swing the first time with the warhammer, and then as the spider dodges and I just seem to miss over its head, I just rear back and on the backswing just bring a mighty blow upon this foul creature.
Okay. Okay, so Dan, you are up.
Okay. I try to again shoot another stone at this guy.
What?
Wow.
There you go.
The spider's getting wrecked.
Fuck this spider in particular.
Crit.
So, like, it just gets bashed with this, well, you had a warhammer. You have warhammer, right, Tim?
He
Yeah.
is-
It gets bashed with this warhammer, and then this stone comes bashing in on the spider as well, and like it screeches once and then it screeches again. And as Larry gears up to attack, out of nowhere's 2 more spiders come from behind. Who is in the back of combat?
That is
Who is that in the back?
That is Teshik.
Teshik, yeah.
And honestly, I wasn't on that geared up to go over there and attack. Things seem to be handled.
Okay, so Teshik, out of nowhere's a web gets shot at you, and as the web shoots at you, another spider comes in for a bite. You as the web is coming flying in, you see it out of the corner of your eye, and you're able to dodge out of the way. But as you dodge, there is a spider there lunging to bite you. The spider rolls a critical failure. So this critical failure, I will give you an attack of opportunity with it.
I don't have. I mean, I have my
Melee.
stones, but I don't really have.
He doesn't have a melee weapon on him. Or out.
Is there any action you would wish to take against it?
I mean, I just keep throwing stones.
Okay, all right.
But I think I have disadvantage, or I don't know if I have disadvantage since I roll a natural 1 or whatever. I need to make this damn macro, so I need to stop opening this. Look. 15.
15 is a hit, so it does, is that 9 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll yell to
Larry,
the, I'll yell to Larry, hey, guard dude, do your thing.
Oh shit.
I'm too strong for this shit.
All right. Yes, I don't want to get on that side anyway. I will roll up through them and use an action to attack with a short sword. And 13.
13 is a miss.
All right, and then I will use my bonus action to disengage and be like, "Man, I'm sorry. I really tried."
Oh, I think the short sword's using your strength, not your dex.
Yeah, you
It
need
is
to-
a
It's finesse.
finesse weapon.
Yeah, so
So I can use it.
in 5e, you can use either your dex or your strength on finesse weapons to add to damage.
So that now brings up Michael Zarbin.
Zarbin, with his jeweled hand, I guess you could say, he summons like a mote of blue flame and he chucks it at the spider that Elgin is combating.
Okay.
Let's see. I rolled an
Is
natural.
that a critical failure?
Yep.
Okay. So you go to lunge this flame at it, and as you do, you trip over a rock, and you fall within the stagnant filth at your feet.
Oh no.
And then that brings us back to the top of the initiative order. I'll also pause 1 second on the surprise round. Normally, I would have booked all of the spiders into one initiative, but with the first spider rolling a natural 1, I rolled another initiative for the 2 spiders that you guys did not know about. So would their action be considered like a surprise action?
We would have to not notice them. If they passed our passive perception, then it would be. But if they didn't, then it wouldn't be.
Yeah, these things got +7 on stealth, so they're pretty beastly on that. Okay, but anyways, back to the top of the initiative order. It is Tim.
Yep. Yeah, just so I'm sorry. My wife was talking to me for the moment. So what happened with Zarbin's critical fail?
He's in the
He
poop
fell,
now.
He fell. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, that wouldn't bother me. So I'd just scream out some more profanity against this vile creature as I bring the warhammer to bear.
It's pretty beat up. Guts are already everywhere. Even though it is pretty beat up, it manages to muster the strength within it, and it dodges out of the way. Dan?
Let's see. This thing's in my face, right? It's or is it? Did it attack from there?
The one that is in the light bubble is in your face.
Okay, so it's like this. Okay. Well, that's no good. I guess I'm gonna pull out my scimitar and try and slash at this thing. Doink. 15.
Do 5 damage. It squeals out, and it positions itself, locks itself down, preparing to lunge at you, and that is exactly what it does. It lunges at you with its fangs out, attempting to bite you. you manage to dodge out of the way. And as you manage to dodge out of the way, this the other spider over here charges in at you and is going to attempt to bite you as well.
There were some words about you have handling spiders before, is that right? You've got well in hand, correct?
For a moment, his drunkenness kind of goes away and says, "Yes, some of us are less cowardly than others, though, I suppose."
Okay, as this spider lunges out with a bite, its fangs dig into you for 4 points of damage. And make me a Constitution roll. Constitution save. 18. At first you feel this burning sensation within you, but your druidic blood is able to raise a standard against it. And that now brings us to Larry.
No, I've got the. I was waiting for more of them to move in so that I could figure out the best tactics. As I move in and use my, I'm going to use my bonus action as an attack with my offhand this time around. Except for it is not rolling. 1d20 plus 5 for the attack. For a 17.
That hits.
Oh. 1d6 plus 1 for the damage. 5 slashing damage from the first.
And you were hitting that one that, one of the two that is grouped around Teshnik?
This one. Oh,
okay, that one.
Actually, because I get sneak attack on that one.
Okay, so it will do another d6?
Yeah. That first attack. Woohoo! And then my bonus action is another attack. The offhand weapon, an 18.
That hits as well.
But I do not get my strength bonus, so it's just the d6 for a 4.
Okay, so this spider didn't even see you coming and it just cries out. Okay, now that brings us to Michael. Zarbin.
So Zarvin's going to stand up out of the filth. He's going to get back on the ledge and back up a little bit. Hold on.
Oh, you're going to have to clean yourself off.
And he's going to attack the spider at Elgin again.
Do you want the dysentery? That's how you end up with the dysentery.
Yeah, we don't need death by dysentery. I got a 21 for 7 damage.
Okay, go ahead and explain to me how this spider dies.
So he summons the blue flame from his hand and he chucks it at the spider. And the spider is about to leap onto Elgin. And the mote of fire lands in the spider's mouth and it screams and burns until it falls down and crumbles its legs inside of itself.
Wow.
Nice.
That was...
And... Okay,
And that's
so that brings us to the top of the initiative order. Tim?
Yes.
Elgin?
Yes. All right, so what you're saying is... Wait, so he has normal light around, and then it's dim light after, but we see in dim light what we see in... What are the rules for...
With dark vision, we can see in dim light as if it was normal light.
Yeah, so we see 40 feet out.
Okay, because he ran off with the fucking light. Yeah, I turn around and let me see if I have the room. I come down and swat at this other spider.
Slosh, slosh, slosh.
But just
You swat at it. It manages to dodge out of the way.
yeah, the footing is a
And
little off in this murky water. Poop.
Teshnik.
Okay. I forget what's the disengage or whatever in this one.
It is an action, and it's just like you don't get a tax of opportunity against you.
Okay, I'm just gonna disengage back a little bit and let these guys handle this fighting here. And I believe that takes. Yeah, that's all my action. Okay, yeah, that's all I can do. So I'm just backing up here, and that's it.
So now we are on B2 spiders.
And I'm
Let's
sorry,
see.
I sheath my sword too as I do that.
So the furthest spider, kind of away from you guys, lunges forward at Thane, and this other one here lunges at Elgin. The attack against Fane, it is a miss. The attack against Elgin, he sinks his fangs into you. The attack does 6 points of damage. And make me a Constitution save.
11.
11. So in 5G, does if the DC is 11 and you roll 11, you pass, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you feel this burning sensation begin to like just take over your body, and right before you feel yourself fall to it, you're able to muster the strength to withstand it. And now that brings us to Larry Fane.
Oh, Larry, with finesse weapons, you get to add your dexterity modifier to the damage as well.
Yeah, I had it set up right earlier, and now the rolls aren't working at all. So
That sounds
that's
about right.
the +5 is with my dexterity. That when I rolled it
Okay.
with my dice. Yeah, I don't like before my Rin character sheet worked perfectly. This one, nope. So, unfortunately, I had no sneak attack this time, but I still do. I use my bonus action to get the extra attack. I'll just roll both attacks. 12 and a 17, so I imagine the second
The
one
17
hits.
hits. Yes.
So no strength bonus. Aha, but 5 damage as the second short sword strikes.
You strike at it, it cries out, you like chop off one of its like long legs or something, it withers in pain. It pushes itself back up and positions itself to lunge forward at you. Michael, Zarbin.
He'll move up. He'll move right there, and he'll chuck another modifier at the one targeting Elgin. The thingy.
Yes, I really fucked that one up earlier. Get it.
Oh! Crit. For 7 damage total.
Okay. The spider is not dead, but describe to me what happens here.
So he summons the blue flame again, and he chucks it at the spider, and I think the spider like rears up on its hind legs, and the modifier like hits one of its mandibles and like burns it off.
Nice. Okay. So Elgin.
Yeah, seeing the spider just burned with this righteous holy fire invigorates me as I attempt to bring this warhammer to bear against its skull.
Jesus.
Go ahead and describe to me how this this spider bites the dust.
Well, much like if you were to bring a fucking sledgehammer against a spider, it's just a splatter as the warhammer caves in this foul creature's skull and just.
I imagine the spider is also burning as well.
Oh yeah. It's
In my head, I'm picturing, because it's in a, some shit up to its knee, your knees, it's standing on top of that. So there's a huge splash, right?
oh yeah.
I am now covered in shit.
And I'd take a step over and face this fucking spider that's standing next to Fane.
Go ahead and take advantage, Tim. Mark down advantage or inspiration.
Okay.
Teshnik.
Teshiko. Actually, no, we're not gonna do that. He's just gonna sort of go over here and just toss another one of his stones at this guy.
Critical.
Yeah, what the
Keep
hell? I
crits
guess
coming.
I have inspiration. I might as well use it. One of these times. All right, sure. What the fuck? Let's use inspiration. Where the hell is my shit? No, core.
That was close.
6 damage. This spider is hanging on by a thread. Explain to me what happens as, or just explain this whole scene to me. The spider's just barely hanging on.
I'm just kind of. It seems like I've actually dealt with spiders a lot, and I kind of just know right where to throw at, and so this thing's like, it just has all these pebbles just getting pelted into its face, and it's just like about to just fall over, as it's like all of its fangs and everything in its mouth are like just breaking apart, and yeah, so basically.
Okay.
But these pebbles are just like these glowing blue things, and they just keep.
Okay, so. Okay. Let's see. This spider, following being wilted by these pebbles, it's obvious the spider is barely hanging on. It begins to flee. So I believe that provokes attacks of opportunities.
Unless it uses to get disengage.
It does not. It's just dashing to get out.
Bloop. Reactions. 16.
14.
Describe to me how he dies.
I'm just looking down at myself. You've got to be kidding me. And this spider begins to scuttle away. No. And I just slam my foot down on its body, like I would a small size spider, but it's a big one. But doesn't matter. My foot just goes into it, and the body.
Nice. So, you guys find yourself standing in the midst of 3 fallen, I guess like dog-sized spiders.
Yeah.
Does anyone need healing?
I'm fine.
I just my hand glows a soft blue as I like just press it to my chest where the spider had bitten me, and the wound heals up for the most part. I'm like, no, that's all right, Zarvin. And
How much? How much does it heal you?
give myself 5, so I'm at 19.
Okay.
Well, yeah, so we can just continue on down the shit creek since we're all covered in shit now.
I suppose so. This will
Unless you
have to be
want to
burned.
check out the other side of this, but
No, it seems we're going the right way. She did mention the spiders.
Out of nowhere, you guys hear like a big, like, echoing clud from this way.
You think that's him?
Tentative maybe. I don't know. What do you say, Teshik? Pebble Man.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. What is
I'm
it?
actively going to move up to the tunnel and like look down it. An 18 on my perception.
Okay. As you look down it, it appears to go on a little bit, and there appears to be some type of opening up ahead. And listening in on the echoing sound, it appears to be coming from straight ahead, the origin of it, but it's really hard to make it out as the echoing resounds.
I believe that there's a crossway ahead, but the noise is from straight forward.
Okay.
Elgin, lead the way. I'll follow.
Okay. It's kind of one of those, like, about to say something and just, fine, yes, let's go down. Let's go, or up Shit Creek, I guess.
Zarbin will quickly recast light on the torch. Just to make sure.
The little train going. I'd stop before the intersection. Just
Okay.
kind of like listen and look around real quick.
Okay. As you look around to the left, in the darkness, it's as if the darkness is moving. To the right, there's something interesting. There's something interesting that catches your glance to the right, far down the tunnel. You can see a bit down the tunnel, but the darkness eventually fades. You can see a bit down both tunnels. They both kind of look identical. See down all tunnels, they all kind of identical. To the left, it's as if the darkness is moving. To the right, it eventually fades into darkness, but eventually in the darkness there seems to be some flicker of light down far to the right. And it's almost as if you can hear some like very faint, quiet voices almost coming from down in that area. It's hard to make it out though. But the echoing sound and the loud clud you heard earlier, it obviously came from straight ahead.
Well, there's a light to the right and a noise ahead of us.
Would you like me to try to sneak anywhere and gather information, or should we stick together? I like the safety of numbers.
I mean, I don't know how well you can sneak through shit water.
It looks like I may be able to hop back up on the ledge here. Or is this a wall?
It's a very narrow ledge.
Oh yeah, okay, we're still. Oh yeah, there. I see.
Yeah.
Yep, sticking with you guys.
Okay, well, let's go to the right for a moment. Come on. Join the caboose.
And you said that there was a like the darkness was moving towards the left.
Yes.
Zarban will try to keep an eye on it as best as he can while still moving forward.
Okay, you guys come across another opening to the left and to the right. These openings appear to be almost drains where the stagnant water was meant to just kind of drain off into the earth, deep into the earth itself. But it appears as if it didn't work out the way it was intended to be. The water is kind of clumped up and it didn't really drain too well.
Yay.
And then as it goes forward, you can see where the light is coming from, and there appears to be an opening ahead. With this opening, there appears to be some stone ledges up here that you can climb up on.
Well, there appears to be some dry ground up ahead, so let's go up there.
And as you guys approach, you begin to hear a conversation. Do any of you speak the tongue of the bullywug?
Nope.
You begin to hear a conversation in bullywug. It appears to be a conversation between two bullywugs. It really doesn't appear to be about anything important. They're just conversing. Hey, did you see that? Did you see that at the market today? Charles said he was going to steal it, but he did. He said, I seen it. He stole it with his own tongue. And the other one's like, yeah, it's a pretty big tongue. It's a nice tongue, I tell you. There's these two bullywugs conversing.
Well, I did the only reasonable thing, and just kind of call out, like, excuse me, have any of you fine fellows seen a knight wandering around down here, possibly on a murderous rampage?
The two bullywugs, they kind of hop down from the two separate ledges, and they kind of hop towards you guys. They get really close, inspecting you guys, looking you guys up and down, looking at the gear that you have on you and everything you have on you. And right now, they're not really saying anything in response. They're just kind of examining you guys.
So I do speak Thieves' Cant, which is like a rogue language.
Yes.
So I'm going to use Thieves' Cants in my normal common speech to drop hints and stuff to basically say that we're not here to mess with their dealings, but we've heard there was a knight down here and we're looking for him.
Do you want to make me a persuasion roll?
I'd prefer to make a stealth roll. That's what I'm good at.
Yeah, Fane just starts speaking a bunch of nonsense. Like, there's some weird words mixed in. Like, Fane, I don't. The
hidden messages in seemingly normal conversation. Yeah. So I'm just
the
like,
two bullywugs, they look the two bullywugs, they look to each other, and one of them doesn't seem down. He seems like completely against it. You can tell that one of the two bullywugs is smaller of the two. He's not really buying it. The other bullywug, the bigger one, he looks at the smaller one. He begins shaking his head and not nodding his head or whatever, nodding his head. And the one that kind of wasn't so open, he turns his back and he walks away. And then the bigger one looks to you guys. Why do you want to know? What do you want to know? Yes, he is. He is out here. I seen him a few days ago. I don't know, but I haven't seen him in a little while. But the opening down there, you obviously came from the south. Everybody comes from the south. When you turn to come down here, don't go the other way. The shadows, they'll get you. We have holy markings in this tunnel. They can't come in here. We don't buy into that holy stuff though, but them shadows, they buy into that holy stuff. So yeah. But when you go straight, it don't look like the shadows are moving, but they are moving. So you do got to go through some shadows, but you go straight through them shadows, and the place where that guy is staying, it's up ahead. It's up ahead.
So
And do you know what's making the noise to the north?
I don't know. The bullywug closes his eyes and holds his hand out in front of you, Fane. And then he begins tapping his palm.
I give him a low.
And then in Thieves' Cant, he's saying, "Give me gold."
Oh, fine. I'll hand him 1 gold. We were probably going to go that way anyway.
As you go to drop the gold in his hand, his tongue whips out and it snatches it up before it falls into his hand.
That's not very hygienic.
Then he hops back to his ledge.
So, go straight ahead, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what he seemed to say.
Well, I'll aboard the little train.
Although, holy symbols keeping back shadows, that sounds dangerous.
Dangerous for the shadows or us?
Us. For me, anyway. I am intimidated by such.
Is there any of these markings around that we can see?
Do you want to make a religion roll? Religion check?
I can, yeah. Uh, 20.
Okay, so you see on the wall a marking that you are very well familiar with, Sarban.
Shit.
It is the marking of Roven Rage. Kind of carved in stone. But the carvings in stone, it's more along where you guys first turned when you came down here. So you should probably have. That should have probably been if you would have made your check down there, but oh well. We can say you were there and you seen it.
They're markings of Revan Rage.
Yes. Wow, these fucking frog people like to make deals with some of the good people.
I've heard not all the frogs are bad.
Yeah, Roman Rage is a lovely god, father of the night, destroyer of planes, all that fun stuff.
Do people around here worship him?
Not,
Besides these frogs, obviously?
not usually, no. There's some rumors that people have tried to bring him back to life so that he can bring about like another end of the world.
Perhaps maybe these frogmen just take whatever they can get for safety without realizing the consequences.
And who do you worship, Zarbin?
Hold on, let me get the name right. Amora. She is a forgotten goddess.
Oh. No worries, friend. I did not forget her. I never knew.
Here, no.
I do not judge you for not knowing her name. I'm so far the only person that's ever heard of her.
Well, she seems like you're splashing through the shit water. Stop it.
Oh, I was just heading off.
Okay. I don't know why you're going that way. That's where the shadows are.
I thought it was through the shadows. Yes, the night lies on the other side of the shadows. I was going to ask the frogman if they seem to leave him alone. Isn't that what the frogman said?
No, I think not the shadows to the left or behind us. Those are the ones that they said not to go into.
Oh. I thought they told us not to go in and then told us that's where that guy was, though. I misunderstood.
Mr. Frogman, can you give us directions again? We seem to be retarded.
To the left. To the left is a bunch of the living shadows. Don't go there. We think that your friend is to the north, but yeah, there are a few shadows, but not like there is to the left.
Okay.
Aha.
Lovely. So we'll just be going.
To the
There
north,
you
to the
go.
north, to the north.
Start
My browser messed up on me. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Quickly run through the shadows and they can't attack us.
The shadows turn out to be a shadow dragon, and it breathes shadow fire on you.
That's what I was getting ready to tell you. How did you know?
Because
Do you got like secret codes that let you like look past the fog of war?
yep, I've been using map hacks.
I don't like shadow dragons. I fought one before and it wasn't fun.
Where did you fight a shadow dragon?
Oh, in my Saturday morning campaign, we fought crazy shit all the time. We fought a Gundam dragon.
What?
What the heck
Yeah.
is a Gundam dragon?
It's a half dragon, half robot dragon.
Mechazord.
Yeah, we fought a dragon completely made out of diamonds.
What?
Diamond
Yeah.
Dragon was a real thing in 2E.
Yeah, all the
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh, I found my 2E player's handbook the other day, actually, when going through a trunk. Like, it blew me away that I still had it.
I've got a first edition handbook.
The only well, and it was like, I had the oldest stuff I had was like the very first Forgotten Realms campaign setting box.
Oh wow.
And then from there on, yeah.
I remember people shitting on, or there was an article where people were shitting on like the terrible classes in D&D. In first edition, instead of calling fighters, they call them like Fighting Man or something like that, or Fighter Man.
Well, like, and then they had like race as class, yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you were a dwarf, you weren't a dwarf fighter, you were just a dwarf, and that's what you were, and you were a fighter basically.
Talking about racial stereotyping.
Yeah.
He's just a dwarf.
Yep.
Dwarfs do what dwarfs do.
You could be a what? Fighter, mage, rogue, or fighter, rogue, wizard, dwarf, elf, halfling.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't.
Was Paladin in first edition? I don't think so.
Not in the first, not in the original book, no. I think that was it, was human, wizard, rogue, and then elf, dwarf, and halfling. That was the 6. So,
I'll BRB real quick. I'm gonna get me a drink.
Alright.
Continue without.
I've heard of certain types of elves born with innate minor arcane tricks of the smallest bits. Is that frowned upon in this city?
I mean, I wouldn't go around flaunting it. Come on, you were with the guards. You know if they're how quickly they are to round anyone up.
But say if I were to wash the shit out of all of our hair real quick using my cantrip ability, do you think anybody would care? Here,
Oh, here?
amongst us.
No.
I cast cantrip a bunch and wash as much shit off of all of us as I can.
Michael, you here?
He said he was just going to grab a drink and he'd be right back.
Okay.
But he said we could play
So
on.
you guys go forward.
Yeah, so we'll just.
Okay. You see an opening ahead. Can you make those tokens out? They're really crappy.
The skeletons? Skelly bone peoples?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Those skeletons are my representation of shadows that are moving.
So, dude,
Yeah, I know.
if you want, my friend bought the Devon Knight set from his website, which was like packs 20 through, I don't know, there's 30 or 40 packs of creature tokens. I can share it through Google Drive if you want.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we've just shared them amongst ourselves, so I'll share that with you. So the skeletons are the shadows.
Or maybe they're shadows and they
Yes.
have like the ghostly aura of bones inside them.
I like that. We'll go with that. That's
There
pretty
you
cool.
go.
That's what I'm here for.
Mark
And
is-
as you guys approach, you notice these shadows begin to approach in response.
Yeah, I just hold up my holy symbol and I say, by the power and the might of Korankor, stay back, you foul beasts. You will let us pass. Bring us no harm.
Do you have a mechanic for this, or is it just roleplay?
It is just roleplay. They said that
Hold
the
on.
markings on the wall work, so.
Hold on, I actually have a mechanic. I'm gonna move up.
I hope that you believe his mechanic works because you.
Okay. So Zarvin kind of says, "Is like, close your eyes, my friends," and he holds his holy symbol up, and like a bright blue light just explodes from him, and every is it enemy? I'm not sure if friendlies are affected by this.
Generally, your spells say you get to pick whoever you want.
Yeah, okay, so it's enemies. All of them need to make Constitution saves.
And what's the DC?
13.
Okay, what happens if they fail?
If they fail, they take half damage.
You mean
Okay.
if they pass?
Oh yeah, if they pass, they take half damage. If they fail, they take the full damage.
And the DC you said was 13?
Correct.
Okay, let's see. Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Nope.
And let me know what you get.
20 radiant damage.
Dang. And hang on. Okay, instantly you see. Okay, hang on. Okay, so two of them pass and are still functioning, while the other two they no longer are. Explain to me exactly what happens here to these shadows. What does this whole scene look like? Just lay it out for us.
So it's almost like a sun erupts from like my core, and I think that any of them that died in the process, their soul just gets like burned away in this like blue silver flame, and they like kind of screech, and it's like Terminator 2 nuclear explosion going off for him, and they're turning to dust.
All right, and there's two of them left, and the two that are left, they both lunge out at you. And your AC is, let's see, where is it?
Zarbin's
Your
AC
AC is
should be
15.
it should be 13 right
15,
now
correct.
because it should be 13 right now because I don't have my shield out.
Okay. Dang, that's not good. Okay, and also one quick question, Teshnik, did you have any type of healing after that last combat?
Nope.
Okay.
And for
So-
one of the shadows, I'm going to impose disadvantage on it by using warding flare.
Okay, is this, what, is it an action or a bonus action or reaction?
It is a reaction.
So do they just like charge past me or something like that? Or are they immune?
I believe Michael specified that he stepped forward
Well, I
But
stepped
as
just
he cast
behind.
this.
Yeah, he
just
stepped just
behind,
behind me because I had taken
yeah.
a couple steps forward.
Okay, hang on. These guys do have the movement to move past you, which I believe that would provoke an attack of opportunity, correct?
Yes.
Well, as long as they don't leave as threatening squares.
Oh
they
yeah,
can-
that's right. Fucking
Yeah.
goddamn. So confused. I forget these mechanics. Never
Okay.
mind. Goddamn skeleton, ghost, demon things that they're moving.
Oh.
Okay, the one with disadvantage, it hits. And the other one hits as well. So you just like practically one-shotted this whole combat. And in like demonic fury, the two remaining shadows with just the little bit of I guess energy that they would have left, they immediately, in response to the sun just blaring in on them, charge in at you and swoop in at you. 46 plus 4.
If it's necrotic damage, I take half. So,
Okay, that's good.
It is good. Indeed, it's very good.
Okay, with half damage, you take 8 damage, but it does not stop there.
Can it
I
stop
believe
there?
that leaves you at. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh.
You feel hang on, you feel with the first strike, you feel as if like your strength is sucked from you, and then with the second one, you feel like just like a toll against your strength as well, and you just feel yourself weakened.
Let's hope it's not by
Your
8.
strength modifier is lowered by 4.
The modifier or the actual stat?
Or the actual stat, I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say, like, holy shit.
Until a short rest.
Oh
Until a
god.
short rest.
I think
And
Zarbin
I
falls to his
picture
knees.
this- Yes, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say, right into the filth.
One day.
And
Ah, you silly bastard! When you finally stand up, it's these things.
hang on. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll initiative real quick.
I got any refresh roll 20. It's crashing on me.
Look at everybody rolling fat.
Well, don't worry, I'll roll. Definitely. That'll be good.
Okay, Teshnik, you can go ahead and start us off. I doubt we'll get to Michael. And remember, since you rolled natural 20, you can go twice.
Wait, so what's going on? Are they all dead, or are you saying they're still up?
No, there's 2 that are.
Oh, the 2 of them are still up.
Oh, okay, I see.
They kind of got like closed in on Zarbin.
I'll just keep going with the stones. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Oh!
Okay, go ahead and describe to me how the first one that you connect with dies. You don't connect with the other one.
Yeah, I accidentally rolled 3 times. I just meant to roll the first 2. I mean, I guess I've never actually seen these things before, probably. But I saw kind of a few of them get evaporated by the blue or the sunlight that emerged from Zarbin, and I see them kind of going at him, and so I'm like, kind of need him alive to keep my end of the bargain. So I'm just like very carefully, I kind of just aim at the center of the shadow and this little rock that's just glowing blue. Once it hits the shadow itself, it kind of just goes right through it, but it leaves a little hole in the shadow, and then slowly it's kind of like it's got set on fire almost. The rest of the shadow, the hole in it, just keeps to expand and melt away as if it's like paper that's like on fire, and then the shadow just disappears. Whoosh.
So let's see. Elgin, you're up.
Yeah.
Elgin.
I don't know if this will work or not, but I swing my warhammer into the remaining shadow.
You connect. Describe to me how he dies.
I just swing with all my might at this shadow, and the warhammer seemingly passes through it without doing anything. Just the shadow just dissipates. Like, fuck. Didn't think that would work. By Corncore, you are banished. Yes, something. Look down at Zarbin. Like, you okay there?
They've seems to have drained my strength away. It's feeling pretty weak. But he like stands back up, and you can see he's like slouched from like his the weight of his backpack.
Well, I just like put an arm under him, like just like long.
Do you feel like you can continue, that we should continue forward, or should we fall back?
You can see like the blue flame like surround his hand again. He puts it on his chest, and he's gonna cast Cure Wounds. D8 plus 3. Wow.
So I believe that
uh,
brings you back to 4, right?
Yeah. I feel fine now. I'll just be moving a little bit slower.
I'm sure I could carry some of your stuff, or we could spread it amongst our other packs.
It's fine. I'll try to keep up.
All right then. Would you like to switch places? That way, if anything comes from the front, you can be further in the back if you need to get away.
Sure. Thank you.
All right.
Oh, just so y'all know, I think when the glow of this like solar energy that passed by y'all, it almost felt like someone was like hugging you. Felt like love and warmth touch you.
Like kittens. And
Yes,
puppies.
like little baby kittens.
That is what Michael feels when it happens. You guys don't really know what to feel. Like you feel something, like you feel protection, but at the same time something doesn't quite seem right.
Well, I'm all for it. If these things are the shadows, let's definitely not go down that other path.
No.
No.
Although that first thing you did was pretty awesome.
It seemed a bit effective.
Thanks, I guess.
So Teshik, you've ever handled things like that, or you just horse-sized spiders?
I don't deal much with these types of creatures, no.
No, okay, so just the spiders.
You're just dog-sized spiders, nothing big.
You're like, I've seen bigger.
That's what she said.
Phrasing.
That's what my mom said.
Oh.
Oh.
So I guess just.
Well, you're from Tennessee, right? That's normal around here.
I am not actually from here.
Oh.
No. I'm really close. Illinois, and then most of my life in Missouri.
What's something that grows on you in the South?
The mother-loving?
Mother, cousin, sister.
I mean, I'm
No.
in Texas, and we don't have that shit. At least in Dallas. I'm a city boy. Sure.
Well, I'm a mountain boy, so you have to take what you can get.
Yeah, and hill folk.
Yeah.
So when you guys come into this next opening, it appears this opening in here, the stonework, it just became a whole lot more elaborate.
Oh, I'm so happy to be out of that shit. Prestidigitation.
The stonework became a whole lot more elaborate, especially in like this vicinity. As you look forward down this passage, it doesn't seem as elaborate, but going this way, the stonework seems far more elaborate.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say this guy probably wasn't hanging out in the shitty part.
I mean, Who has a place like this where they're just like, they know about this? Like, why does their family, like, why is this a place that he knows to come to?
And you know what I bet?
Well,
I bet
maybe you should have asked the girl that.
we
I
talked
did
about
not.
this,
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of things we should have asked her. But
like what the alternative entrance is that probably is just up this other hallway that doesn't have shit or spiders or ghost things. Anyway, I digress as I start walking down this hallway.
I'm just gonna look for like footprints or anything.
I'll stay close to the wall.
I don't know if I see anything.
Okay, so Teshnik, as you look for footprints, you do not see a whole lot of footprints going down that way. There are some, but not a lot. There seems to be a lot of footprints between here and here.
So you do that pointer one more time. Down here, there's a
The
lot,
bulk,
but down here there isn't.
yeah, the bulk of footprints seem to be between this area and this area, as if these are the two most traveled areas in down here. While there are some going down this way, it does not appear to be used as much as these two ways, if that makes sense.
So, okay, so a lot of traffic in a lot of directions. Okay, I'll just keep following behind these guys.
Zarbin, he'll like whisper a prayer. He'll be like a more, guide my path, and he's going to cast guidance on himself, and then like listen to see if he hears any sounds coming from either
Okay,
path.
you don't really hear much of anything coming from the two ways right now. It seems pretty quiet.
Okay. He'll just limp back to get behind Elgin.
Yeah.
Okay. As you guys go this way, it appears to open up into a large room. In this large room, what comes into view is a pillar. You see a pillar kind of right. Well, you see it in the black circle.
Yep. This seems like it might be it.
It might be what there's a fucking pillar, but
I think that the knight is around.
well,
I'm gonna go ahead and give a listen and look-see into the darkness.
What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, just looking for move because or is this a wall back
Looking
here?
for movements. Where?
Shit, I'm not on the clicker. Back here, is this a wall?
No, it opens up. There's more. I
Okay.
just haven't revealed it.
Yeah, okay. I'm just basically looking for movement in the shadows or the edges of my dark.
You don't really see any movements in the shadows. As you peer like into
dart
the
out there.
dark, okay, you dart out there.
Around the corner.
As you dart out, it appears to just kind of be the same layout extended, but you notice something as you actually come into the room. You see the shadow dragon sleeping, and it awakens, and it one-shots you, and you're dead.
Or is this
Okay.
the shadow poop dragon?
Yeah. So over here in this corner, like along this wall, you notice a lot of blood. And you also see the bottom half of an individual with the top half nowhere to be seen.
Ah, shit, guys. There's half a person over here. Anybody want to come check it out with me? Bring the light closer.
Sure. Let me go and.
Oh, y'all fused for a second. I think when Zarbin sees the dismembered lower
shit.
body, he
God,
kind of just like starts praying and
Be gone.
saying stuff in
there's no way
Celestial.
to separate them now. Damn it.
I'll use the Patara
As
runes.
you
We are
begin
one.
to pray, Zarbin, as you begin to pray, you feel this like, I don't know how to word it, a peace like you've never felt, and you're kind of confused by it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. I look at the body. Does it look like it's the armor of one of the Knights of the Dragon?
There is no armor. It appears to be just, I don't know, cloth clothing of a peasant.
No, nothing to see here. Just a peasant. I wouldn't say. No. I guess I'd lean in a little closer and look at the blood and see like how freshly murderized this person is.
It does not seem fresh. It stinks and it reeks. You're assuming a few days old. The blood that you see, it's not fresh. It's kind of clotted, a little clumpy. The whole scene, it turns your stomach.
I'm very bad at investigation, but I'm going to give it the old college dropout try with a 4. I think this was gnomes. See the teeth patterns? Very gnomish.
What is a gnome?
It's like a halfling, but more annoying.
Zarvin, you would actually be very familiar with what gnomes are. Gnomes are common from where you are from. It is said that gnomes are one of the only core races, to predate or go back to the days when the plane was the plane of Rovan Rage. Their origins are a mystery.
Maybe it's just I'm not familiar with the common term for it. Maybe I'm used to the celestial one.
Fair enough.
I don't think gnomes is the word you used. I don't think they would do that. At least the ones from my land.
They might not have done it, but they might have driven the man to do it to himself.
Well, shit. I guess. Is it just like there's no clothing? Is it a bare torso?
No, there's pants of peasant on it, rags.
Okay, well, probably not worth it to go patting around in there.
Yeah, leave that thing alone. It's dead.
He doesn't have a wallet.
Plus, you're supposed to show the dead respect.
Well, we'll come back and we'll come back and.
Is that not common in this land?
It is. We'll come back and do some rites on him here in a bit. There's the living to take care of.
As you guys progress a little bit more into it, this pillar here, you notice you notice 7 helmets kind of set at the base of it in a very organized fashion.
Collect. These are the trophies, I believe.
Make a
serial killers collect them.
Hang on, let me look at skills real quick.
Investigation is like looking at things. like trying.
Give me
drawing logical conclusions.
How would you define insight? How would you define insight?
Insight is
I
like
think it's purely people. Or-
Yeah, like whether people are lying or
sense
being
motive.
deceitful or
just
sense motive.
Just think sense motive accepted better.
Okay. Give me a history check.
I don't have any history.
I'm just not proficient in it.
I've
13 was actually the DC because this was more of a local history check, and I'm not even sure if this would even be the right check. It's mainly just me, or this role is mainly to see how much you guys are familiar with the story of the knights who went missing. There was a total of 8 knights. 1 came back, 7 are missing. So when you look down and you see the 7 helmets, that's kind of what comes to mind, but you're really not sure what to make of it. And how does, like, questions begin to rise? How does this correlate with half of the body you see just seen?
Yeah, I'd say you probably could have just said like just a flat intelligence check to see if we'd remember or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
real quick, do these pillars have anything on them, or are they just regular pillars? Like they don't
Just
have any
regular
carving?
pillars holding it up.
Okay.
No.
I'd walk up to this pillar and I'd like to use my divine sense. I just kind of close my eyes and clutch my holy symbol and just inward draw upon the power of core and core. Sorry, there was a fucking spider crawling on my foot.
Was it the size of a dog?
No, fortunately. Yeah. And so just literally sensing for the like negative or positive energies coming from evil or good.
You feel negative energy kind of coming from this entire room. And you really feel it's like the negative energy like all around you down here. Like nothing good is down here.
Yeah. So
like you're searching for something specific, but like nothing specific comes. But you do feel like directly ahead, like you feel something strong emanating, stronger than what you've already been exposed to. But you're not sure.
okay, so it's not like
Like if you're asking, do you sense the evil of an evil creature? No.
Okay. Yeah. And I just kind of open my eyes, look around, like, well, we have found quite the lovely place, I must say. And look at Zarbin, like, do you feel it? Do you feel the presence of some rather vile creatures or just vile acts that have been committed here?
Do I?
Zarbin, what you feel a peace that you felt from your deity on multiple occasions. The same peace that you occasionally feel during the visions, you feel that. But at the same time, you feel just very uneasy. Like you're not really sure what to make of this moment, but you feel like this is a defining moment, which doesn't make much sense to you.
I sense something, but it also feels like my goddess is trying to protect me from it.
So, do you guys progress ahead and examine the rest of this place?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
As you move forward, you come across maybe one of the most gruesome sights you've ever seen up here. It appears to be some type of shrine. Exactly what kind, you don't know. The spiders that you fought earlier, you see the corpse of one much larger than others that you encountered earlier, and you see the other half of the individual you seen when you first entered into this room just kind of pushed into the torso of the spider. It's a gruesome scene. It reeks, it stinks. And the face of this individual, as it rests against the wall on top of this like makeshift shrine or whatever it is. You see it painted. This face is painted with multiple stripes of silver and blue, and it appears that the face has been beat. And it appears that the beating has been post-mortem and also post the paint being applied as the paint is smeared. And then you begin to hear a rustling behind you.
Behind us, of course.
Is it?
And you hear a rustling behind you, and out of nowhere you hear this, ah! And you see this man that just looks absolutely mad come charging in at you guys. And who is the first one there? Is that Zarbin?
That is our already hurt cleric Zarvin, yes.
Oh no, he's feeling fine.
So
He's
this
super
guy
weak,
comes
but he's-
charging in. And he has, what does he have? He has a long sword, and with both hands on the long sword, with a overhand sweep.
I give him
overhand
disadvantage
swipe, he swipes the sword.
with my warding flare. Like I hold up my holy symbol, and like the similar blue light kind of explodes out from him, and then tries to blind him.
Okay. And your AC is 13, correct?
Yep.
Why don't you have your?
13.
Get your
Let's see. So 5e does not go in Defender's favor, correct? Or does it go in Defender's favor?
No, it does not attack. It's the same as DC, meet or beat.
yeah,
If you
meter
meet-
speed.
So this guy, he swipes down with his long sword, and it does 7 points of damage. And then he has a fury in his eyes, and you see this like surge of adrenaline come over him. And after he swipes down, he swipes back across, screaming like a lunatic. And you are able to kind of dodge out of the way with at the last second. And like as you dodge out of the way, his blade kind of slices your robes a little bit, and you feel the wind blow. Initiatives. This man, he looks dirty, unkempt. You just see madness swelling in his eyes.
These fucking initiatives.
Yeah, they are.
This is gonna go well for me. I can tell.
Oh wait, can't click on my guy.
Yeah. I think there has to be a turn order already.
Open.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that to do.
This guy does not appear to be wearing armor. He seems to be very agile, though.
Agile man with a long sword. Sounds like a
Okay. So he goes first. And so he initially swiped his sword down and then across, and now he's sweeping it back across the instrument.
God.
Jesus.
And again, you are able to dodge out of the way, and it cuts at your clothing again the entire time. He's just screaming like a madman. Okay, and so let's see. Elgin, you are up.
Yes. Okay. Well, I guess I just point at the. Fuck. I move up next to Zarvin and I cast Bless. Grant 3 creatures of my choice within range.
A D4?
Yeah, so whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, then you can add a D4 to the attack roll or saving throw. And I get to bless up to 3 people, so I'd give Zarbin, Thane, and myself the extra D4. Ending my turn. So I just literally grab my holy symbol and begin reciting the holy words, and a glow emanates and covers each of us.
Ooh.
Okay, so I believe that now brings us to Zarbin.
I think Zarvin is going to panic, and he's going to like fall down on his butt and start like crawling backwards, and he's going to take the disengage action.
Okay. And then that will bring us to Teshnik.
Save us, Druid man.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. Do they have? Do these pillars have any sort of like edges or anything like that that I could just hop up on and shoot down from, or
No, they're pretty much just straight up.
straight up? Okay. Well,
Yeah, nothing really intricate about it.
this is where I use my combat spells that I have. Just kidding, I don't have any. You guys are fucked.
Hey, you got magical stones, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Well, that's just so I'm a little bit helpful.
Come
I'll
on,
back
Pepper
up
Girl,
over
let's
here.
go.
And yeah, you know the drill. Shooting a stone at him. Take that stone, bitch. Take it good.
Pew,
Cha. 17.
17. Okay, does 7 points of damage. Okay. Now that will bring us to Fane.
Alright. I step forward 10 feet, and as I'm running through him with my the short sword of my left hand, I slice out at him. That is a... Whoa. 14.
That was to attack.
Yeah, I assume that's
That is a miss.
As my bonus action, I use disengage and then continue my movement back there. I tried. Tried real
Okay.
good.
So we are back to the guy.
He is quite dexterous.
So who is this right here?
That is me.
Okay. He is charging in at you.
I'm sorry that worked out as I planned. But you have a shield and armor, and I do not. Ooh.
So he swipes down at you. You are able to dodge out of the way.
Of course.
And then that brings us to Elgin. How do you respond?
I think as any reasonable individual would in this situation, I calmly ask him to stop by swinging a warhammer at his face. And I get to roll. So that's a 15.
A 15 is a miss.
Well,
Oh, he's super dexterous.
how fucking dexterous. Very well.
And that will bring us to Zarbin.
So Zarbon, while he's still on the ground, he he holds his jeweled hand out and he says some celestial words, and he'll cast Fairy Fire. Let's see how. There we go. He'll cast it right here, so it hits the crazed man, but not. Oh shit! We'll hit him. There we go. No. Oh god. I'm sorry, but you're also affected, Elgin.
What?
Oh, you're affected by the fairy fire, I think. Oh, you need to make a dexterity.
Just make them like glow.
Yeah, it gives you advantage to attack them. But you need to make a dex saving throw. So
DC 13.
yeah. Oh god.
10. So, no.
Oh god. May have made a mistake. I think Zarbin made a mistake.
This guy has the lucky feat. He expended one of his uses of lucky, but still failed.
Oh, nice.
Thank god.
Too bad I can't use a character sheet. Wait, I'm just gonna go to Ren and
Okay,
build my
someone
attacks
roll
there.
me a D100 real quick.
Already got it.
What?
Oh god.
One.
What?
That's amazing.
Well, that sucks. Okay, so Teshnik, you're up.
Okay. So the fairy fire blasted. Looks like it hit what's his face, but did not hit the other guy.
No, we're both affected.
Oh, I hit both of them.
Oh, it hit both.
Yeah, it hit both.
Yeah, I'm familiar with this magic. I will. Yeah, I guess. Just back up a little bit more and keep shooting. So now we have advantage, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Core advantage. Good. A 15.
A
Believe that
15
misses.
is a miss. Yes. Okay. So, Thane,
Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't bless you. Fuck.
Filthy
Alright.
pagans.
Yeah. Goddamn worshipping your sticks.
I'm gonna step out that way. And there we go. All right. I was just modifying the my other character sheet to see if it works. Woohoo!
You get advantage against him.
Oh, I do.
And you get to roll plus 1d4.
So I'm gonna roll one more time normally. Well, I don't want to roll the d4 yet. That's used up, right?
That's
You have it
no.
until
Yeah.
he loses concentration.
Oh.
for a minute.
Well, I think the 20 hits. So this is my second attack. Or does a 20 hit?
It does.
Okay,
I remember on finesse weapons you could add your dex modifier to the damage as well.
you do?
Yes.
Oh.
So that should be a
Instead
4, I
of
guess.
yeah, so instead of your
5.
strength, you would
5.
use your dex mod.
I thought it was just for the attack.
Nope. They
So
changed
my
it.
second attack doesn't have the +1 from strength though, so -1 to this. A 24 for 4, so
So you did a total of 8 points of damage.
9.
9 points.
Yep. Because the first one should have been 5.
Okay. He like kind of clutches down and like grabs his shoulder, and then he like kind of like cries out. You see like a surge of energy come over him.
Oh, and since nobody else is in range of him, the first one would have got 5d or 5 more damage for sneak attack.
Okay,
My bad.
you're good.
It was so sneaky you didn't even
he-
know it happened.
He cries out with an extra surge of energy, and he comes in with his longsword, and he goes to pierce at Elgin with it. And Elgin is covered by the fairy fire, so
Yep.
he has
Yeah.
advantage. And it connects.
I'm sorry.
You made me glittery.
It's actually you're almost look like
For-
you're on fire.
It does 8 points of damage, which drops you to 11, I believe. And he goes to pierce in with his longsword, and like when it does, it like pierces like the side of your arm. It doesn't really pierce it, like it doesn't like go in. It kind of like hits a chunk of your arm, and like a chunk of flesh goes flying. Nothing too extravagant.
Oh, I
It's
passed
pretty
my
bad.
my concentration save, so there you go.
Okay, and now we are on Elgin.
So let me just tick down this timer one more. Turn it to 4. And now that I can see him brightly glowing, I'm going to beat him in the face. There you go. So 20 to hit.
20 is a hit.
So I smack him. I bring the warhammer down onto his collarbone, dealing 10 points of damage.
Yeah, you see him kind of like stumble back a bit, but he kind of catches himself a little bit and lunges right back up. And we are on Zarbin.
So Zarbin, he'll kind of yank himself up, and he'll summon a mote of blue flame and chuck it at the guy. Advantage. Oh! I critted.
So that
For
is
14?
14 points of damage. Describe to me what happens here. He goes down.
If he goes down, I'm gonna try not to kill him. So like
Okay.
maybe I threw the fireball into his gut, and it like knocked the wind out of him, and he like passes out.
Okay. He is down.
And I'll extinguish the fairy fire.
And I just kind of like look as it dissipates off of me. I'm like, thanks. It was rather helpful.
Sorry about that. I miscalculated the distance.
No, I'm really commending you. I mean, it made him quite easy to hit. I instinctively go to grab for my manacles and realize that they're missing, and I go, so, would you fucking know it?
Possibly I should have some rope.
I have some rope as well. I just enjoyed the ease of manacle.
The manacle, yes.
Well, I'm sure I can't lose all of my supplies at once, so I go and tie up the man and examine him and see if he's like slowly dying or if he's at least stable.
He does seem to slowly be dying. Or no, actually, it was non-lethal damage that Michael specified, so he seems to be stable. I believe that's how that works, right? He specifies non-lethal, so he's stable.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Is that
specify
correct?
as it would deal the killing blow. I guess that works with fireballs. I'm not certain.
I don't think they specify whether it has to be a certain
So
attack.
instead of hitting him directly with the fire, he hit close by with some causing some heat exhaustion.
There you go. Exactly.
Oh,
It works. Yeah. And
So
Yeah,
we need to secure this madman and return him to the Inquisitors Guild.
if you would allow me, I could say a prayer for him. Maybe Amora could ease his madness.
Oh yes, if you think you can ease his madness, by far.
you can try that. Failing, then we will take him to the temple.
Oh, I'm not gonna be casting magic per se. I'm just gonna put my faith in Amora. And he'll like get on his knees and start praying and like shaking his crystal that hangs from his hand.
Okay, as you begin to do that and you begin to pray, your mind instantly sees a picture from earlier, a picture of the large spider corpse in the top half of that torso, with the face painted in silver and blue stripes. That picture comes very vividly to your mind, and then it flees. You have no idea what it means.
So I'll like kind of like shock out of my praying and I'll like step up and I'll go look at the scene.
Okay. You go and investigate the scene again, and other than what was described, like nothing really like sticks out or seems to be like any more like prominent of the whole scene. It's just, does that make sense?
Yeah. He'll kind of sigh to himself and he'll walk back and say, I guess we're ready to go if y'all are.
Sure. I'd press my hand to the man's forehead to see if perhaps it's just some sickness, like if he's running hot, or if he's just.
He does seem to be running hot. He does seem to have a fever.
Could be from all the poop.
I'm going to go ahead and collect up his longsword.
Okay.
Don't want him getting a hold of this if he gets away out of that rope.
Well, I mean,
So if I get this right, we've seen two bodies, or we saw the upper half of the lower half.
You saw the upper half of the lower half.
Okay. Perhaps we should take the helms with us.
I do not disagree. Yes, that's a. Do. Collect.
I guess as we start to leave, Zarbin will turn around and look at the upper half of the man, and he'll say a prayer to Amora, like help guide his spirit onto the next life.
Okay, so where do you guys go?
Well, I picked up the helmets.
Okay.
And then
I
would try to. I would prefer to try to leave not through shit.
Well, I'll carry
Did
the.
this guy have shit on him?
The one that attacks you.
Yeah, the knight.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Can you
You did.
clean him off like
it's obvious he's walked through it.
Can you
Okay.
clean him off like you were cleaning us?
Yes, prestidigitation. I was just wondering if he came in the other way, but it seems he comes in through the sewers.
Yeah, I guess. Can I examine the man to see if potentially he's sick, like ill?
He does appear to be ill. He doesn't appear to be in great health. You don't necessarily think that any of the illness that he's exhibiting would be anything to cause him to go mad. The illness he appears to have is the illness you would expect of somebody who would be living in these type of circumstances for an extended period of time.
Symptoms, not the cause.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'd hoist him up over my shoulder and begin carrying him out of here. I mean, I can't really. So I just leave the body.
So when you guys come to this intersection, do you go north or do you go south?
I think for now we should probably go south, but that is just my thinking.
I would agree. I'm quite exhausted.
I mean, you sure you can't just peek your head up there real quick and see if there's...
Oh, I'm more than willing to do so.
I mean, it seemed as if he wasn't in the room when we entered, unless he was hiding somewhere.
So, if you would, though, I think I'll do it without the light. So I'm going to go ahead and try to stealth up there with this button. A 25.
Nice.
Stick close to the walls.
Okay. When you come in, it opens up into a large chamber. This large chamber has ways to the left and to the right. This large chamber, it appears to be some type of like makeshift like living room type area that the guy has set up. There's like a hang on. We got
Sorry, I was just making a perception, yeah.
There's like a table with chairs around it. And there's my really crappy drawing, just whatever. There's some bookshelves over here, another table, nothing too fancy. There's trash laying about.
All right. There's some living quarters up there. It's trashed. I don't know if it's his or not, but it feels like that if there was something else up there, that we would probably be in trouble.
You didn't notice any religious?
Just some bookcases, a couple tables. I did not enter the room for fear of triggering any alarms or being noticed. There were a couple branching halls off of the room.
Were there any books in the bookcase?
It was dark and the bookcase was all the way across the room, so it was really hard to tell what was there.
If y'all wouldn't mind, I would like to go give it a quick look.
I mean, if you feel up to it, but it really is a risk, I believe. But I will back your play. Since this is maybe the second bravest thing you've done since I've met you.
My goddess has given me some sort of vision. There's something here of importance.
Or we're in a sewer and you're high off fumes. But yes, let's continue.
Okay, he'll start slowly walking up.
I was going to wait for Elgin, but...
Well, I mean,
And you're
y'all
heading
can move
towards-
faster than...
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you
you're
said-
heading towards the bookshelf?
Yeah.
Okay, you head towards the bookshelf. When you walk up to the bookshelf, you see what you see is several books ruined by mildew and mold and stuff. There does seem to be one book though that appears to be in decent condition, and it appears to be a journal.
He'll grab it.
As you grab it,
Fireball
hang
trap.
on. No, the Tarask wakes up. As you grab it, you see more of the shadow men begin to emerge as you have it in your hands.
I think this is the time to leave.
These living shadows, they glare at you. They do not move, though. They do not advance on you. They merely glare at you.
Well, I move.
And it's almost as if they're mocking you. And then they begin to slowly just kind of fade back into the wall.
Yeah. Yes, shit, yeah.
Zarvin's
knife.
like slowly backing up.
What was in the hall to the right?
Dark shadows? I didn't get a real good look.
Just go peek real quick.
To the right, you said.
So when you look to the right, it appears to be some type of ladder contraption that goes up.
Up.
Oh,
Zarvin's
well,
gonna start limping over there.
yeah, I'm carrying the knight over my shoulder. Like, well, somebody can go up and lead the way. So
Give it a quick check over to see if hey man, there were thieves down here, but nope. I don't see anything, so I head up. And yeah, I'll grab the guy from the top.
As you begin to head up, when you get to the very top and you go to open it, there's some type of lock on it with a key, like a keyhole.
Oh, hold on 1 second. I hook my leg under on one of the ladder rungs and lean back into my belt pouch and pull out my thieves' tools. I have not used my inspiration, and I really want to get out of here without getting shat on.
Zarbin, he'll touch you, and you'll feel like a warmth enter your body, and he's casting guidance on you, so you get a D4 to ability check.
All right, and inspiration means advantage as well, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so advantage and a D4.
I don't think you need it.
Oh yeah, you do. You get it done in literally a second. Like that was easy.
turns out there were actually no pins in it. You just You just turn it. The lock comes
You
undone.
question if it was even locked in the first place, but you don't speak these concerns to anybody.
Oh, was a very difficult lock. Lockmaster 3000, actually, brand new.
Uh, teach you how to do that in the guard, did they?
Yes.
Oh, well.
As I scuttle through the opening.
Okay. When you scuttle through the opening, it appears you got to climb up a good ways before once you are through like where the lock was. Once you climb out a good ways, you come out to one of the you come out on like the back side of the Whitestone district, kind of on the edge of the cliffs, out of view where nobody could possibly see you.
Is it less than 50 feet of a ladder climb?
Yeah, we'll say so.
All right, well then I'm just gonna tie my rope off and drop it down and be like, unless you want to try to carry him up that ladder, like it's not gonna be easy to get him up without some of this. Like tie it around his waist and we'll haul him up.
I'm sure I can make do like a man. Just haul him. Just one-armed climbing up the ladder with this unconscious madman over my shoulder.
Fireman's carry, yeah.
Yep.
Zarvin, he'll tie his backpack off on the rope. He's like, "Could you pull that up for me, please?"
I pull it up thinking that it's the other guy, like our hostage or our prisoner. I'm slightly disgusted when I realize it's him. Jeez.
I mean, he literally has the strength of a child right now. Literally. He actually probably has a hard time climbing up the ladder.
I'm not the strong. Oh, I thought you were tying yourself off. Yeah, I'll put your pack up.
Oh, no, not that. He's not that pathetic.
If
Not
you,
yet.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear.
Okay,
Yeah.
so since you guys have returned to the surface, what is your next course of action?
take a breather for a little rest because
Michael needs it.
Yeah, Zarbin can barely hobble around while he's wearing his chainmail or whatever scale mail.
Yeah, so he'll probably take that off, put on his priest robes again, and then I guess he'll stuff chainmail inside his backpack. Or tie it to his backpack, however he normally carries it. So should we take this knight to Corsa first, or?
I don't believe so. I think that would be too harmful for her already damaged psyche. I think we should just take him to the Temple of Korankor.
Well, just
Or wait, well,
the
maybe
just the
not
temple. Well, the temple in Thena houses many different worshippers.
Aren't
There will
we in
be a
Ebon
priest there that
also?
can care for him.
Oh, you're saying send him to Thena.
hmm
Ah.
Well, not to Thena, but like if we go back to the city map, there's like the Temple of Thena, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, that's I said Korankor because it was your god, but then I thought about it, it's the war, so.
There is really two temple districts. There's the one like specifically to Allight. I believe it's called the Heights of Allight, maybe. I'm not looking at that map right now. I believe it is. I'm pretty sure the Heights of Allight. It's like the main like temple district, and then all of the other gods either have a temple or a shrine in the divine courts.
Oh,
And really, like the more major gods would have temples, while the lesser ones or the ones that are not so commonly worshipped would have merely shrines.
probably to the divine courts.
I'm actually quite ignorant of the gods, so
That's okay.
wherever one of you deem fit, you seem to have the requisite knowledge.
Oh. As the good Lord say, it's not necessary that you know them, for they know you.
I don't know if they say that, but yes.
You guys head towards the Divine Courts. When you get there, really in the Divine Courts, like when you first like enter into this area, the main thing, like the most prominent thing, like once you come into it, is the temple towards Esgrasa. She has like the largest temple in this section. The second largest one would be the temple for Korankor, and then Torage, and then the other gods merely have shrines. And then there's the shrines of the forgotten gods, which are just like random shrines, like scattered about.
Yeah. I'd walk up to the shrine of Esgrasa, and I think I have fucking pull out some holy incense and light it as I carry the knight into the temple.
Carry them into the temple. As you do, there's a priest there outside of like the outer altar. There's several altars within the temple of Esgrasa. There's an outer altar, an inner altar, and then the deep altar. Really the only one open to the public is the outer altar. There's a priest there. The priest immediately like rushes over. Oh, what is this? What is this? What is going on here? What is wrong with this man?
I believe this man needs the love of the Divine Mother.
Her eyes become very concerned. Who is this man?
The Dragon Knight Motley, who went missing in the caverns recently and then went mad on a murderous rampage.
You see this like look of solemn come over her eyes, and she nods her head, and she looks at you guys after a second of hesitating. Please, bring him this way, and she leads you towards a side room. And as like she's like having you guys bring him towards the side room, she like motions towards like some other like male priests there, and they like come in behind you guys. She leads you into a side room. She looks at you guys. You can leave him here with these men. And then you see the men, they begin to like pull out these like chains that they chain to a wall, and they go to bind him in these chains. Do you guys allow them to do this?
Tell me, priestess of the Divine Mother, what will you do to him?
We will speak to him and try to console his soul and try to point him to the gods. We will also notify the Knights of the Dragon that he is here. He ultimately will have to answer to them. I am glad that you have brought him to us, and maybe we can find some divine intervention for his soul before his time of judgment comes.
Outstanding. Thane, if you want to leave the helmets. Yeah.
Oh yes, I had actually forgotten. Yes. The 7 helmets of his fallen comrades, I assume, but when you alert the Dragon Knights to his presence, would you please tell them about these as well?
She nods her head, and please just leave them outside of the room. We will be sure to notify them. And what I'm sorry, I did not get your gentlemen's names.
I mean, I'm from this temple. So fuck you too.
I thought you were a paladin of Corncore.
Yeah, I was essentially dropped off at the temple as a child and like helped out with all of the like
Okay, I
the
gotcha.
gods.
Okay, well then she knows you. She knows you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my bad. He's
It's
like, what's up? We going out tonight?
No ho. Stay off this dick.
Nice.
And
My name is Zarbin.
Zarbin, I am Mary.
And I am Thane. I give a small bow.
She blushes a little.
And
Zarbin will kind of like follow behind and bow to you, even
and
though he looks really confused about what this means.
and Divine Mother, would it be? Could you possibly heal our wounds? We've had a bit of a run-in with spiders and the like down when we were retrieving this man.
I cannot, but Charles over here can. One of the male priests step up. Who needs? He walks up. Yes. Who needs healing?
I would.
He holds out his hands, begins to chant a little something, and as he chants a little something, you feel an energy come over you. You feel life come over you, and you recover 7 HP.
Everybody are just.
I am quite fine, actually. You did an excellent job. Well, may I say, both of us did an excellent job of putting your armor between danger and myself.
Yes, it's funny how that works, Fane. Yes, this man that seems to be still drunk somehow. He seems wounded as well, and everything. But anyway, yeah.
They,
He hiccups and just. Ugh. I mean,
what were you
Yeah.
saying?
I starting to sober up, guys. So let's get this healing thing done if it's getting done, because I need to get something back in me.
Sure.
He holds his hands out and he begins to chant, and you recover 6 HP.
Zarbin, he'll kind of like limp up while like keeping his eyes on the floor, and he'll kind of mumble out, I could use some healing.
He holds his hands out and he begins chanting 5 HP.
Really?
Thank you.
You have more backbone down there in the sewers against whatever diseased, mind-rattled things than you do up here just asking for a favor. I don't understand.
Look, at least he has some backbone when shit hits the fucking literal.
Literal shit hits the fan.
It's the literal ceiling and everywhere. Yes, the literal shit hits everything. So.
And next time we're around shit, do you think you could lay off the Gallagher act?
I don't know of him. Is he a
traveling bard that I once saw?
Yes.
Not so funny.
Yeah. Just the really terrible humor of just smashing. Is it coconuts?
It was lamer than that. He created little illusions of himself that he of items that he then smashed. It was quite lame.
Yeah, it's despicable. Well,
Out of character, I need to get to bed.
Yeah.
I got work in the morning. But I mean, I can do a little bit more, but I've got to wrap it up pretty soon.
I believe Dan had a scene or something he was wanting to do.
Okay.
For what? For a short rest?
Or you had talked with Michael about something earlier in the session while they were inside Corsus.
Yeah, there's a. I mean, there's a bit to go with that, but I mean, it'd be like if people gotta go, Michael and I can just. Or well, I guess I would kind of need Larry too since he's involved in it. But
Yeah, no, I have like 10 or 15 minutes. I wasn't saying like I'm.
if you guys have a lot more to do with the temple and stuff, then we won't have time. But if we have,
no, I think we're
if
done.
everyone's done with their portion, then
Yeah. Yeah, I was done here.
I would just, then I would say with everything taken care of, let's go get drunk at the tavern.
All right, we can oblige
Here.
this man.
Here.
And I guess Zarbin, as they're leaving, he'll just tell Mary the send word to Corsa that her father's here.
Ooh, good call. I'm not there now, but excellent.
Very nice.
And she didn't even like you.
Well, you know, when you're a good guy, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
This fucking guy.
When you're kind of neutrally ambivalent, you're kind of neutrally ambivalent.
Yeah.
So to the tavern.
So you guys head towards the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The House of Sin may be rocking at this hour.
It is getting on in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah, you guys walk in, frickin' fright, or like they got the place rolling, telling stories after stories. People are going crazy. Drinks everywheres. So, what's going down?
Well, I wander over to the bar and get like 5 things of ale. And if anyone tries to grab one, I basically swat their hand away. I'm like, get your own this time. These are all mine.
Okay. I order an ale. How much is an ale?
I believe there's a
silver
copper.
at night, 1 silver. No,
Oh, 1 silver.
Sin or there's two guys tending to the tavern right now. The guy this morning and Sin himself.
Mm.
So who do you get your alcohol from?
I would prefer Sin. The guy from this morning annoyed me.
5 copper, please.
Oh, well, that's even better. Is it just 10, 10, 10?
Yeah.
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 I would grab one as well.
Zarbin will just drink water.
It's 2 gold. 2 gold for water.
Yeah.
Well, he probably just goes to like a well or something, gets his water. He doesn't. if they do have wells.
After a bit of drinking and whatnot, Teshik would turn to Elgin and actually he would say some random words in Celestial and look at Elgin and see what his reaction is.
Just like blank stare, look at you, and then just take another swig of my ale.
So, so he'll just look over then at Zarvin and just say, "Remember our deal," and then he'll start swinging his dagger around. He's like, "Oh man, that was the spiders and then the shadows," and he just is getting all into it and just swinging everything around, and basically accidentally like almost cuts like Larry's arm off, but just basically slashes a little bit, and then he just passes out drunk again.
Hey, Sin, I tried to keep this guy from causing a scene in your establishment. However you want to deal with him. Go for it.
Yeah, wait, did you cut me?
Yeah, he cut you.
Yeah, he was like acting out the fight, and he accidentally like slashed your arm just a tad bit, like just a nick. It wasn't like anything like intentionally attacking you or anything like that.
Uh,
But he's like just drunkenly doesn't have the dexterity to, control his movements right now.
so I'm like holding a cloth to like my bleeding arm. I'm just like, he's lucky I don't drunkenly reenact my spider killing stomp on his balls as he lays there.
Uh,
And I look up like I'm reconsidering.
well, maybe we should take him to the guard house, or
Somebody
maybe to
call the
sober him
guard.
up.
Yeah, this is Sin's place. Hey, Sin, what do you want to do with this guy?
Get him out of here. This is the second time
don't know.
today he's
You
done
all-
this shit.
Y'all are the holy men. You tell me. What should we do with him?
Well, maybe if we were able to sober him up, he could
Yeah,
Get
we tried
some-
that one.
time to cleanse himself. Maybe
Yeah,
a
no,
couple
just-
days.
just-
what
call
are
the
you
guard.
recommending?
Holy
You're
man, I'm the
recommending
one
that
that-
you send your own friend with the guard?
He's not really a friend.
Kind of use
I
that
pull the
term
cloth
loosely.
away from the bloody cloth, and I'm like, why are you asking them? I am the one that was cut.
Very well. You see Sin turn, and he begins to shout, "Bouncer, bouncer, bouncer!" And you see this really, really big man. It appears he may have some orcan blood in his descent somewheres. Some type of half-orc. More man than he is orc. The orcan blood is far down in his lineage, but still. He comes in and he looks at Cindy. "What is the problem?" Cindy responds, "This man, take him to the guards. He needs to spend the nights in the jail. Sober him up a bit." The guy then grunts a little, and he comes over and he throws Teshnik over his shoulder, and he begins to take him out. And
As
he's
he
taking
starts
Teshnik,
to, as he's like picking him up, I was like, "Please let me say a blessing for him to ease his mind."
Sin rolls his eyes and he motions for you to go ahead and do it.
Okay, so I'll do like a prayer, but I won't. I'll just talk to him in Celestial, and I say, "I hope this is what you were looking for." And then he'll like finish the motions and stand up and sit back down with the party.
Okay. So yeah, that goes down. And
Drunken
as
bastard.
he's being taken off, there's this bullywug that comes running into Sin's place, and before he says anything, you see Sin roll his eyes, and he hops and goes, "Oh my gosh, not this guy again!" The bullywug comes rushing in, and he shouts out, "Carador!" And Sin turns to him, "Get out." The halfling then jumps up onto the table, or not halfling, the bullywug jumps up on the table, and he looks at Sin. No, no, I am not getting out this time. You will listen to me as I speak. Do you know why, Sin? And then Sin looks to him. He kind of rolls his eyes. Why, Frogman? He shouts out, because I'm Carador, and I am about to be the most wealthiest man in all of Athena. And hell, Athena will love me and kiss me, and I will be a god. And Sin rolls his eyes. What are you talking about, Frogman? I have Arcanus. And you see Sin's eyes grow really big, and everybody, like, they kind of stop what they're doing, and they look to him. The bouncer kind of walked out slowly to kind of catch what was going on. So Teshnik, you hear all of this, and the bouncer then proceeds off, thinking that Carador is a lunatic. And then Carador proceeds, you see, me and this old man and a big man and some other guy, we went out to get relics, you see. You remember them, Sin? And Sin nods his head, kind of confused. Well, the old man, I tell you, he wasn't an old man. He was no old man. He was Arcanus, and we fought these creatures that could turn you to stone with their gaze. We beat them. Or so we thought. There was another one, a really big one that was so much bigger, and it came and it attacked us, and as it was attacking us, it looked at us, and it turned all of us into stone except for me. So I have Arcanus, and he's stone. But I need people to help me get this stone Arcanus so I can be rich. Who wants to help me? Carador! Teshnik, what is going on with you?
Okay, this is just always going differently. I guess. I would. I don't even know.
You've killed him.
I mean, I guess I wake up from my fake. Well, I don't know. I guess I just keep going to the. I guess I don't need to go to jail, so I don't know. I honestly don't. I'll have to think about it. I guess if we want to go. I don't know. Hold on. I need to think.
Do you guys want to do anything in the tavern in the aftermath of this frogman coming in, making a big scene, claiming to have the most wanted man in the empire, turned to stone, waiting for help to retrieve him?
I'm willing to end on that cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. Yeah.
That seems like a.
Dan, are you?
Yeah, we can end on that for now. Yeah.
Okay. 633 experience for all of you.